Hi beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Hannah. Welcome. Today we are going to be doing a pretty simple video. I'm just going to be doing a kind of St. Patrick's Day eye look. So I'm going to be doing a green look, which I have never ever done before. So it'll be an experience for the both of us. Let's go ahead and get started. And start on the eyes. First, I'm going to prime my lids. I'm just using my infallible stick that I used for concealing. And I did already have some concealer on my eyes, but I always do a little bit more just to kind of like re-prime them before I do an eyeshadow look. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do for the eyeshadow look, so I'm going to grab as many palettes as I can that have green in them, and then I'm going to kind of look through them and kind of figure out what I'm going to do, so I will be right back. Okay, so I kind of fixed my camera settings, so I'm just looking in the monitor and I feel like it looks a little bit better. Like, I hope it picks up okay on camera, but I think I've kind of fixed the problem. So we're gonna go ahead and start on this eye look. I've got a bunch of brushes in front of me. So I've got a couple different palettes that I could use. I just pulled every palette that kind of has like a good like green in it that I might want to use. So I'll just kind of list them off so that when I do use the palette, I don't have to explain it to you guys every time. So the first one I have was the Conspiracy palette I just grabbed, and it's got a couple of the greens in there. It's got this Conspiracy green right here, and then Illuminati down here. So I might use one of those, and then I grabbed my Afrique palette by Juvia's Place, and it's got these two greens in there, Niger and then Togo. So those I could use. I have my Violet Voss palette, the Essentials one. It's got this emerald color right here. I might be able to use that. I'm sorry, this is like a lot, but I just don't know what I'm gonna, I don't know what colors I'm gonna want to use. So, and then I have this Morphe palette. Honestly, I don't, oh, it's the 35M palette, and it's got all of these greens up here. So could use some of those. I've got my Jaclyn Hill palette, would focus, just the first one, and it's got this dark green down here and then a little bit like metallic darker green right there. So I'm thinking about maybe using that. This is a lot. I have the 35I palette from Morphe, which is like the pastel palette they just came out with, and it's got a couple greens right here, and then these greens up here as well, which are a little bit more yellow toned. So that might be something that I grabbed for. And then I, of course, have my James Charles Morphe palette, which has these two greens down here. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump in with one of them. I think, honestly, I'm going to start out with the 35I palette from Morphe, just because it's got the lightest greens in it, and I want to build the colors. So let's open it. I'm going to grab a brush. So I'm going to grab a Morphe M456 brush, and I'm sorry I'm like tilting, my dog is sleeping right here and I don't want to wake her up. So I'm going to grab this color right here. I'm sorry I don't know the shade names, but it's this green color right here. I'm just going to pick that up on the brush and sweep that all over my lid. And my lid is still wet from the concealer, so hopefully these colors will stick pretty well to that tacky base. This color is very light, obviously, because it's like a pastel. Well, it's picking up pretty good on the camera. It's like a pastel palette, so It's pretty light, but I mean, it's really pigmented, so the camera's picking it up pretty well. And I'm just going to do the same look on both eyes. I'm not going to do two different looks like I did last time. Just because I want this to be something that you guys, you know, can like wear if you are looking for like a St. Patty's Day look. Then I want you guys to be able to kind of follow this if you want to. Obviously, I know that not everyone has all of these palettes at home, but if you have colors that are similar to it, then you should be able to kind of recreate this eye look no matter what palettes you have. I'm just using what I have on hand because it's what I have, but whatever you have should work pretty fine. I mean, as long as the colors are similar, you don't necessarily have to follow this. I'm just doing it in case there is anyone that is kind of searching around for a simple, relatively simple eye look to do on St. Patty's Day. So now that that's kind of like packed onto the lid, I'm going to take another green. Let me look through these really quick. I think I might take the other Morphe palette, the 35M, and dip into these kind of darker greens. So I'm not going to take it on the same brush. I'm going to grab a different one. And I'm just going to grab a Morphe M... I want to grab something a little bit smaller. Sorry. I think I'm going to go in with... I'll go in with this because this should be good to pack on some color. I'm going in with this Moda brush. It just looks like this. I think it'll be good to kind of pack on some of this color. So I'm going to go in with this green right here that's in the palette. It's a little bit darker than the one that I have on my eyes, so it should work out pretty well to kind of deepen the look. Okay, I went ahead and kind of blended that out with the first shade that I used. I am not being super precise with it, if you guys can kind of tell. I'm not like worried. There's a little bit of fallout. I'm not super worried about like where I'm placing the color because I'll be able to kind of fix it at the end with like a clean brush, kind of blend it all out. Since I am seeing a little bit of fallout under my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take some powder and put that under my eyes so that it can catch it. I'm just taking my mini Blendyful and I'm just going to put a little bit of powder right there. I don't want to put too much and like dry out my skin. So now that we are done with that, I of course want to deepen it a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do is take the green that's in the James Charles palette. So I'm going to take that on a Luxie 205 brush. Looks like this. And I'm just going to pick it up on the brush and put it in the outer corner. And I'm just going to kind of stamp it on. And then we'll buff and blend after I've got that color placed where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to take that first brush that we used and I'm going to take this other green color that's right next to that one and just buff out that shade. Okay, I've got that all blended out. I think what I'm going to do is take some color under the lash line now. Usually I would cut the crease and then do that, but I want to go ahead and just kind of do this quickly so it's not too long of a video. I'm just going to take this motor brush that I had the other green on and take that dark color from the James Charles palette that I was just using and kind of sweep that under the lid. I'm not going to take it all the way in, I'm just taking it about 2/3 of the way in. I'm going to kind of connect it with the top portion, and then I am going to take that other brush that I was using and take the other green shade from the palette, tap off the excess, and then kind of blend under that. And then I'm taking this shade a little bit closer into the lash line. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean brush. I'm going to take another motor brush, just this big fluffy one, and I am going to blend everything out just all around it so that it's diffused and it doesn't look so harsh. Okay, now that that is all blended out, I think I'm going to take a metallic shade and put it on the inner portion of the lid. I'm not going to cut the crease because I want this to kind of be easy and quick. So I'm going to take a metallic shade. I think I'm going to take one. I wanted to take the one out of the Conspiracy palette, but like Illuminati, but I think that's just not going to go. So I want to try Conspiracy. But it is a little light, so I'm going to try another one kind of all over the front portion and just kind of tap Conspiracy in the middle so that it brightens it. So for that, I think I'm going to try this one in the Icy palette. It's pretty light and it's got like an iridescent glow to it. Ooh. Let me see. I don't know if that will work. Let me swatch it for you guys so you see what I'm seeing. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if that'll work. It's just it's like I said, it's like an iridescent and it's kind of see-through. So I don't want to use that. I want to use something that's a little bit more pigmented and rich. So let me just look through these really quickly. I think I'll use the one that's in here. This one right here. Let me swatch it just to double check. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I think that's what I'm going to use. It's this shade right here in the 35M palette. And I am just going to put that right there. I'm just taking it on my finger. That usually works best with a lot of metallics. And I'm just sweeping it on the inner portion of the lid. Now, it is going on pretty well, but these metallics in this palette are pressed really, really, really hard. So it's hard to pick up a lot of the products. So I'm going to see if I can pick it up a little bit better on a brush. So I'm going to grab a Morphe M224. I'm going to spray it. And we're going to see if we can't get this to pick up a little bit better with a wet brush. Yeah, so I'm just coating the brush. Yeah, it looks like it's picking up a little bit better with a brush. It's still a little hard to grab, but it looks good. One thing that I am noticing just right off the bat when I was doing this look was that the dark green from the James Charles palette, when I went to go blend it out, I kind of lost a little bit of the color. So I had to kind of add it back in there. I didn't add any more pigment on the brush. I just took what was on the brush and added it back into the look. Just because I felt like I kind of diffused the color a little bit too much and it disappeared. But that was the only thing that I noticed that was kind of like negative. Other than that, everything blended really good. This was like relatively easy to do, honestly. Like, I thought it was going to be much harder because colorful eye looks take me such a long time to blend out, and because I never work with color and it usually, you know, takes me a little bit. So I was a little bit worried about that, but it was super easy to do. So I've got that on the lid. Let me get in closer so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. I am going to take a little bit of a darker green just to kind of deepen up this, like just a little bit more, just like right here at the end. So let me see. I think I might honestly take, where was it? Forget which palette it was. I think it was the Conspiracy palette. I think I'm gonna take like Illuminati. I know it doesn't necessarily go with the look, but I'm only taking a little bit to deepen it up, and it is a metallic, so usually I wouldn't use metallics to like deepen up an eye look, but usually Jeffree's formula kind of works okay for stuff like that. So yeah, so it's just deepening it up just a little bit. Okay, I went ahead and did that. I am going to take a little bit of that Illuminati shade and put it right here, just on the very, very end of the lower lash line. I don't want to take it in too far. Just to kind of connect it. Oh, I got that in my eye. Oh! And then I am just taking that clean brush I had and making sure everything's really blended. Okay, now I'm going to take Conspiracy. That shade right there is that light green. I'm just taking it on my finger again. And I'm just going to tap that on the lid. Just kind of on the center. Just trying to get everything really blended. Okay, honestly, I think that looks pretty good. Let me just blend this out a little bit more. Okay, now what I want to do is put some liner on the waterline. So you guys know I always put white liner in the waterline. So I'm going to take my Coconut by Morphe and just stick that in the waterline to open up my eyes, and it'll make the eyeshadow look pop more. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep away this powder. There was, oh no. I was about to say there was a lot of fallout right here. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. So let me see if I can fix it. I'm just taking a clean brush and kind of sweeping that away to kind of see if I can get that fallout off of my face. It is kind of picking up my foundation when I'm doing that though. So I'm just taking a little bit of powder and seeing if I can't tap that away. I'm going to do the same on the other side because I already see a little bit on this side. So the only thing I would suggest is if you were doing something like this at home is take the powder all the way up here, because the blending that I did just kind of swept it into my like nose. So next time, obviously I'll be cognizant of that, but I mean, I swept it away pretty well. It picked up my foundation a little bit, but it doesn't look super, super bad. When I'm looking in the monitor, I don't even think you can really see it. So it looks okay. Now that everything's pretty much blended out and everything like that, I added the white liner. I think I'm going to add a lip, obviously, liner and a lash, the whole 9. But I do want to try something. So I have this liquid lip. It's a velour liquid lip by Jeffree Star. It's called Venus Flytrap, and it's green. I kind of want to see if I can use this as liner instead of a black. I just kind of want to see how that looks. If it doesn't work and it flops, then I will just do regular black liner. But I want to test this out and see if it might look okay. So I just took a little bit on my hand, and I'm taking a precise brush. I'm just taking a Morphe M250, just a really precise, like, detailing brush. I'm just going to coat it on the brush and sweep it along my lash line as if I would if I was doing just regular black liner. I'm not going to do a wing or anything with it because when I do looks like this, I feel like there's already so much going on that I don't want to add a wing into the mess, you know? Like, I don't want to risk either messing it up with a wing or it just being, like, too much. Like, I don't want it to be, like, overwhelming. Like, there's so much going on that the eye can't focus. So I like for, like, the main attraction to be the actual eyeshadow, so I don't ever like do a wing when I do, like, big looks like this. I just kind of keep it relatively simple. As simple as a green eyeshadow look can be. Okay, so I think that looks pretty okay. I definitely have never done anything like this, so it's interesting to see green on me. Now that that's kind of done and I've finished up, sorry, I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing, but now that I've finished up that, let me wipe this off of my hand. So I think I'm going to take my Hank & Henry felt tip liner and just do a super, super thin line right under that green liner so that my lashes blend in with my lashes blend in with my falsies, and you won't be able to see, like, the strip of the lash. You don't have to do this. This is just like an extra step for me so that everything looks, like, really put together. I don't want you to be able to tell. Like, obviously you're gonna know I'm wearing fake lashes. Like, come on. But I don't want you to be able to, like, see the lash line. You know, I don't want people to be able to see that. So this is just like an extra step that I'm going to. Okay, I went ahead and finished the liner, so I'm going to pop on a lash. I'm just going to do it quickly off camera because doing it on camera is going to make me nervous, and I'm probably going to, like, mess up and just the lash will turn out wonky. So I'm just going to use probably my secretive lash. Actually, let's use a different lash because I always use that one. I'll try these ones. They're Gala. Oh, if it'll focus. Gala lashes. They're the faux mink ones from Kiss. So these are, like, just a drugstore lash. Super cheap, but they're really pretty. They're really long, though. That's the only thing that worries me. I did the lashes, and I put also some under lashes on. It's just the Tati Lashes collaboration with Mama Mitchell, the under lashes. I put a few of those on, and I also added some crystals. Just like regular, like, face jewels that you can get at the craft store. So I added just a couple like 3 of them on the outer portion of the eye, just to add like an extra effect. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I don't know, I was feeling it, so I put them on. I ended up just keeping the Gala Lashes by Kiss. I do like them. They aren't too thick, so you can still see the eye look through them. So I do like them. I think the eye look turned out pretty good. This is what it looks like. I am going to go ahead and just finish it off. So just to finish up this video, I'm going to add some highlight. And instead of regular highlight, I'm going to add one of these green shades that I have in one of these palettes. I'm going to add that shade that I swatched out of this one. It's like that green iridescent shade out of the 35i palette. I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush. Let me grab one. So I'm going to take it on this Moda. It's just a big fluffy brush. I'm just going to sweep it in there. Hopefully it picks up. Oh yeah. Oh wow. So it's like I'm turning so that you guys can see as I'm applying it. And I'm just going to bring it up here and on the side of my face. It's like glitter, basically, like loose glitter. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I think it looks pretty okay. I mean, it's basically just like glitter, so it's not like a really like shiny highlight or anything like that, but I think it's pretty. I do want to highlight the inner corner really quickly too, so I'm going to use a Juno & Co brush, EOS 08, and I'm going to take this color out of the 35i palette again, and I'm just taking, let me see which one I want to use. I think I'm going to use this one. So it's this color right here. Again, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically just like a straight up iridescent, like just silver iridescent shade. So I'm going to take that and see if, oh wow, that looks really pretty. So I'm just highlighting the inner corner with that. It's really bright, so it looks really good. I really like that. Okay, I'm also going to highlight the brow bone with it. So I'm just going to take it on the tip of this brush and go up here. This one's like a glittery shade too. So this is like a very glittery look. I'm just going to see if I can't kind of blend that out with my finger. Okay, so this is what the final look looks like. I was going to add some like glitter on top, but I ended up not doing that because of the crystals. It already is like so much. So just before I forget, I'm just going to set my face down. Oh, got in my mouth. And I'm just going to take my sponge and go over my face. Okay, so this is the finished look. I didn't add a lip or anything like that. I was going to do a green one because I have like green lip liner and lipstick by Jeffree Star, but I think I'm just quickly going to do like a nude lip because I don't want it to be like too much. So I'm just going to use my Sweet Tea Morphe liner. Okay, I've lined my lips. Now I'm just going to go in with Celebrity Skin by Jeffree Star just to finish. Okay, now I'm just going to go over the lip with, I don't know how to say this. I think it's Orza. If it'll focus. Orza Beauty? I don't know. I'm going to go in with that because it has like a little like metallic glitter in it. And I'm just going to put that on the center of the lips. Okay, so this is what we came up with. I'm going to kind of come in closer so you guys can see what it looks like. So I really enjoyed doing this video. I really like testing my skills and seeing what I can come up with. Like I said, I don't use color a lot, so I really like going out of my comfort zone and being able to do stuff like this for you guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you really like this video and I can do some more looks like this. You guys just let me know what color you want to see me use and I'll do like a color-based look like this one for you guys. So that is it for today's video. Do not forget to like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to follow all of my socials, my Instagram and Twitter. They are just at HannahB_beauty with 2 Y's. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, beauties. Mwah.